The podcast Above the Influence is facing serious backlash after making bold claims about some of the biggest names in K-pop. The host talked about everything from Jennie and IU supposedly being involved in sponsorship offers to suggesting that Big Bang members may have known more than they let on about the Burning Sun scandal. Here's a breakdown of the accusations and why many are calling the podcast out for spreading misinformation. In an episode of the podcast, only uploaded on their bonus content platform, which you have to pay to access, the host stirred up major controversy with explosive claims about K-pop idols. The episode featured Kim Woo-tak, a content creator and entrepreneur, Michelle Kira Lee, who has a background in modeling, biotech, and branding, TikToker Little Buns, and someone named Jordan. But it was Kira who sparked the biggest reaction. In clips that quickly spread online, Kira claimed she once dated former Big Bang member T.O.P. Instead of just spilling about their past, she dropped some heavy accusations. According to her, not only did the other Big Bang members know about Seungri's wrongdoings during the Burning Sun scandal, but they were allegedly involved too. She said T.O.P. told her that although they were all part of the club scene, their management team decided to pin everything on Seungri because he wasn't as popular. By saying this, Kira framed Seungri as the group's scapegoat, saying he took the fall while the rest walked away clean. She went on to say, then they paid him out to go to jail, how about you take all the blame, go to jail for a few years, and when you come out we'll give you a good payout. Before it was taken down, the TikTok clip from the podcast quickly blew up, gaining over 300,000 views and spreading across social media, sparking major backlash. But the outrage wasn't just because of what was said, it was also about how wrong it all was. First off, there's no actual proof that Michelle Kira Lee ever dated T.O.P. On top of that, everything we know from journalists and official investigations around the Burning Sun case clearly stated the other Big Bang members weren't involved or aware of what Seungri was doing. Her version of events just didn't line up with the facts. She also got key details completely wrong, like claiming T.O.P. trained from the age of 12 and debuted at 16, when in reality, he only trained for about a year and debuted at 19. She even said the rest of the members were around while the Burning Sun scandal was unfolding, ignoring the fact that they were all serving in the military when the club opened. To top it off, Kira admitted she had been drunk while filming, and with zero evidence to support her story, people not only dismissed her claims, they openly mocked them. Additionally, claiming that Seungri was just the scapegoat for the rest of Big Bang doesn't just sound wrong, but it completely downplays the serious crimes he was actually convicted of. Suggesting that the group's agency threw him under the bus because he was the least popular member shifts the blame away from Seungri and makes it seem like he was just unlucky instead of holding him accountable for what he did. Even if the rest of the members were somehow aware of shady things going on, which again, investigations have shown they weren't, that still wouldn't undo what Seungri himself was responsible for. This kind of revisionist storytelling, especially without evidence, only adds confusion and takes attention away from the actual victims involved in the Burning Sun case. One thing people also couldn't wrap their heads around was the logic, if any, behind the claims. Even if there were a sliver of truth to what was said, which clearly isn't the case, it's hard to believe that T.O.P. would confess to serious crimes involving himself and his group to someone he hadn't even dated that long, who casually admits to felonies, dragging their bandmates down with them in a relationship that wasn't even serious. It left a lot of people wondering why these influencers would risk potential legal trouble by talking about things that are not only impossible to prove, but easy to debunk. It's one thing to stir up drama for attention, but using someone else's name to spread lies this serious, nobody can figure out the motive behind it, and honestly, your guess is as good as anyone's. The claims only got more disturbing and just as outrageous. In the same episode, Kira said that if someone had enough money, they could pay to spend the night with an idol, no matter how famous they were. She used IU as an example and said that a night with someone like her would cost around $500,000. Now, it can't be denied that the issue of sponsorships in the industry is very real. Several idols have come forward to confirm that these kinds of arrangements happen. Dalsha Betsari openly shared that some agencies actually connect their idols with sponsors, while in other cases, sponsors reach out to the artists themselves. Even major figures like CJ Group's president Lee Jae-won have been accused of trying to get favors from artists. He was allegedly involved with a female idol and sent her flirtatious messages, which were later revealed. 8 News also released another conversation showing him telling a CJ subsidiary CEO to promote the idol he was involved with. And then there's the devastating story of Jang Jae-yeon, the actress who ended her life and allegedly left behind around 50 letters detailing how she suffered at the hands of her company and other higher-ups. In them, she wrote that she was forced to entertain 31 powerful men, enduring around 100 unwanted encounters. So yes, it's a harsh reality that some entertainment companies exploit young women chasing their dreams and push them into horrifying situations. But at the same time, these painful truths are often twisted into hateful narratives, used to discredit female celebrities and claim their success wasn't earned, but that they achieved it in exchange for explicit favors. For example, actress Shin Se-kyung was dragged into sponsorship rumors just because she was getting acting offers, with the accusations having no proof behind them. Yenna went through the same thing as people concluded that she was taking sponsorship offers just because she was showing up on too many shows and had a YouTube channel. There were some who even tied her to the CJ Group scandal, claiming that she was the female idol who was involved. And during the height of the hate wave against LE SSERAFIM, it got even worse. Social media users were accusing the members, including Eunchae, who is still a minor, of having inappropriate relationships with HYBE's founder Bang Si-hyuk just because they had performed at Coachella. Knowing all this, and countless other similar accusations, it's disturbing how something as serious and horrifying as sponsorships, where idols are actually taken advantage of behind the scenes, is now being thrown around as an insult the moment a female idol becomes successful. These are the same idols fans claim to love, and yet, when they rise too fast or shine too brightly, people are quick to accuse them of getting there by being exploited. One of the claims got even more shocking this time. An idol was named directly, and the story was just as cruel and disturbing. Wootak talked about meeting a girl in New York who had gone to summer camp with the son of the BMW heir. According to Wootak, this guy bragged to the girl that he had been intimate with Jennie. He even supposedly showed her an explicit video as proof, but instead of reacting with concern or outrage over a private video likely recorded without Jennie's consent, the other influencer on the podcast casually asked, "Did it look good?" Jennie has faced unfair accusations many times before, and these claims are clearly rooted in misogyny. Despite proving herself as a strong artist both in Blackpink and on her own, she's often targeted with baseless rumors about having connections with powerful figures or being a yacht girl, things that make no sense at all. The podcast comments followed the same pattern, implying that because Jennie is more successful and wealthy than many male artists, she must have gotten there through improper means. This raises a bigger question. Why are these influencers risking serious lawsuits from big names like Big Bang members, IU, Jennie, and even wealthy heirs just to grab attention with scandalous content that their viewers pay to see? What's even more unsettling is how casually the host treated these serious topics. If even a small part of their claims were true, it would mean these influencers are openly discussing major entertainment companies trafficking idols. Wootak, for example, casually said that a friend of the girl, who he says is an heir to a big company, is involved in these illegal acts and shares explicit videos. He even claimed the woman watched these videos without permission and mentioned potential victims by name. As a Twitter user put it, "This isn't a haha hey hey moment or gossip, it's a crime. Coming online to talk about this victim's trauma like it's gossip is crazy, shame on you." When the podcast host faced heavy backlash online, they decided to respond, but it didn't go smoothly. Wootak took to Instagram saying critics didn't see the full clips because the complete videos were behind a paywall on their bonus content platform. He claimed people edited the clips to make it seem like they were attacking idols maliciously, but in reality, the full conversations provided more context. He also mentioned they had to delete that post within a few weeks because of the flood of complaints. Wootak explained that their channel often covers dark conspiracy-related topics, especially ones they've experienced personally, aiming to bring attention to issues mainstream media avoids. He insisted they never intended to harm Jennie and were only repeating stories they'd heard. He denied ever watching or sharing the explicit video and said no one called anyone names, it was just quoting rumors they'd been told. At the end, he apologized on behalf of himself and his team for sharing information that wasn't confirmed. He stressed he has no ill feelings toward Jennie and genuinely wishes her success, acknowledging that repeating gossip could still hurt her and apologizing sincerely. Later, Wootak posted again, sounding much more defensive. He told K-pop fans to get their facts straight, insisting he wasn't attacking Jennie but just sharing what he had heard related to the darker side of the industry. He argued that anyone could find similar rumors with a quick search and said the backlash was mainly fans overreacting to criticism of the industry, not him personally. The apology didn't convince many people because it felt like Wootak was playing the victim, trying to justify the whole thing as an attempt to expose the darker side of K-pop. But this topic has been covered many times before by credible sources, and no one has ever gone so far as to accuse top female idols of trading relationships for money or name names based on vague rumors. Yes, the industry has serious problems, but there's a way to talk about it without implying female idols got where they are by sleeping with rich people. What made things worse was Wootak accusing others of spreading false rumors about him while he was doing exactly that to Jennie. Many also pointed out the irony of him bringing up the high rates of idols taking their own lives, then spreading damaging rumors that could push those same idols closer to breaking point. A Twitter user wrote, "Why are they trying to dumb it down to, oh, it's just conspiracy theories when they literally out here defaming Jennie, making up nasty lies like she's selling her body?" Kira also apologized, saying the clip was taken out of context and edited to make the host look worse. She pointed out that the video wasn't supposed to be made public. She admitted she was just sharing sharing what someone else told her, but recognized that it caused harm to those mentioned. Even after the apologies, Jennie and IU's fans aren't backing down. They're pushing Odd Atelier and EDM Entertainment to take legal action against the podcast hosts. Fans have even prepared email templates to support the cause. So far, neither the idols nor their agencies have commented, but supporters are determined to hold the hosts accountable.